Alright guys, Perry here, and welcome to another Anime Defenders video. In today's video, we're going to be doing a unit review on none other than the highly coveted Shadow Dragon Unlocked. Now, this guy, after this review that I've just done and the performance that I've seen, is easily the best unit in this game. Also, he has Almighty, but don't worry, we'll be telling you guys the damage numbers of what he'd be doing without Almighty. But yeah, perfect SSS stats, Almighty, Hybrid, level 70, Shadow Dragon King unlocked. Huge shout out to this lovely subscriber of mine right here. If it wasn't for him, we're going to put his Discord up here too. If it wasn't for him, this video would have never come to fruition. Why? Because I refuse to spend money on that exclusive banner, and two, I don't have the money to spend on it, even if I did have it. So yeah, if you guys don't know how unit review works, we're going to be putting this unit up against all types of content in this game. That's going to be including raids, Tower of Eternity, challenges, story mode, and infinite mode. We're not going to be doing Hall of Mirrors because it's a relatively new game mode and it's multiplayer centric, but from the ratings that we give this guy in the other game modes, you're going to be able to tell if he's good or not anyway. Without any further ado, let's get right into these ratings. Okay, so how does this bad boy do in challenges? Well, let me turn down the volume for you guys because we don't need that anymore. And he is a multi-hit line AoE off placement. And the fact that he's line AoE off placement is a little unfortunate, but later on his upgrades more than make up for it. And even though he has Almighty, you guys are only going to be doing like 5k off placement with him if you don't have Almighty. But even 5k is more than enough damage. That is insane damage off placement for any unit in the game. He's hybrid, multi-hit, pretty much going to be one-shotting anything in this game as long as you upgrade him accordingly. And for challenges, he is going to be getting a 10 out of 10. Alrighty, now we're going to be reviewing his performance in story mode, and right now I'm putting him in the hardest story mode map that we currently have in the game, the new Crystal Cove map I believe it's called. And this one's hard not only because it has flying enemies, but whenever you kill an enemy, if you look closely, they spawn little baby forms of themselves, which just makes it more annoying for your units to deal with more enemies as they spawn in. But you can barely even tell that's an issue with this guy. He's just insta-killing everything as soon as it comes into his range. And for story mode, he's going to be able to carry you not only through the entirety of story mode, but for the next 3 updates, you're not going to need a different unit besides this guy. So with all that being said, we will be giving him a very easy 10 out of 10 for story mode. Let's get into the next one. Alright, up next we're going to be seeing how does he do in Tower of Eternity. And well, if you guys couldn't guess, he's probably the best unit that you could use in this game for this game mode. Insane range, multi-hit, he has an ability that buffs himself, and not only that, all the other units around him. He's hybrid, so he can hit anything else that you might encounter in the game mode. And I know that it might seem like, you know, I'm glazing, I'm polishing the tip, I'm waxing the balls, but what I'm trying to tell you guys is, like, I don't know what else I can say for this unit that hasn't already been said. Insanely good unit, probably the best unit in the game, and there's really no argument for anything otherwise. Like pure damage for damage, versatility for versatility. I really do think this guy is currently the best unit in the game, or at the very least a strong contender. So yeah, without any more delay, this guy's getting an easy 10 out of 10 for Tower of Eternity, and let's get into the next showcase. Alright, so up next we're going to be seeing how this guy does in raids, and let me just max him out for you guys real quick so you see what he does. He's full AoE once you max him out, and even though he has Almighty and he's doing 182k, without it you'd be doing like 57k, which is still more than enough damage. You'll be fine. Overall, the only thing holding this guy back is, well, to be honest, he's the best unit in the game. I thought he was a ground unit, but on further testing, I'm seeing that he's hybrid. So for raids, if it wasn't self-explanatory enough, we're going to be giving this guy a 10 out of 10. Not only for his full AoE, but he has massive range, really good damage even without Almighty, and he's 2 placement if you don't have him on Almighty. This guy's going to be able to carry you through early game, late game, mid game, and anything in between. It's really not going to matter for raids. And do you have anything you want to say to the viewers watching?
Hey man, subscribe to Perry, you know, done the outcome, you know. Let's give it a 10k subscribers, you know.
Lovely. Alright, now we're going to be seeing how he does in Infinite mode. And with Almighty, he's doing 15k off placement. Without Almighty, you'll be doing 5k. Still more than enough damage. His first attack is a line AoE multi-hit. And it has really good VF, like really great looking attack. This is so satisfying to watch. Let's upgrade him 2 more times. Now he has Cone AoE. This is a new attack type added in Update 3. And I'll be honest with you guys, to me, Cone AoE is just a slightly different line AoE. Because sure, he attacks in a little cone-like pattern, but half of his attack isn't even hitting the track. Like, why would I care that he's hitting the grass where no enemies spawn? So, maybe Cone AoE is better if you, like, place him more tactically, like maybe over here where... or like over here where he can be hitting like multiple lanes. But yeah, I'm not like a big fan of Cone AoE. I still prefer full AoE. Upgrade him 2 more times. He's gonna get Monstrous Charged Slam. So it's a single attack. He just dives in, hits him, and they're probably gonna be dead. Upgrade him 2 more times. Now he's gonna get another line AoE called Monstrous Energy Release. And it looks pretty reminiscent of his first attack, except this one does way more damage. And it's a multi-hit line AoE. Way bigger AoE too. I think he shoots a beam. A little... yeah, he does like a little Kamehameha beam out of his hand. Let's look a little more closely. Yeah, he just shoots it out of his hand. Upgrade him 2 more times. Now he gets Monstrous Roar. Let's get him to max. Yeah, Monstrous Roar, Monstrous Catastrophe. They're both full AoE. You guys see what it does. Full AoE, insane damage. Pretty good SPA. He has Otherworldly Power, which is going to give him a little more range and a little bit faster attack speed. This buff also applies to anyone in his range, and as you can see, he has a lot of range. So, for Infinites, this guy's a must-have if you're doing... yeah, he's a must-have if you're doing leaderboard runs or trying to carry your friends. Literally doing anything, this guy's going to be your go-to. And we're going to be giving him a very, very solid 10 out of 10. So, what are my concluding thoughts? Do I think this guy is worth summoning for or not? And what's his overall score? Well, if you could do basic math, you know, 2nd grade level math right here. What's the average of all 10s? He's getting a 10 out of 10 rating for his overall score. Because obviously he would. He's quite literally the best unit in the game, even without Almighty. And what do I think about this unit? Well, honestly, I think he is incredibly unhealthy for this game. Locking arguably the best unit that you can obtain in this game behind a pay-to-win monetization gacha system is really, really harmful, not only for the game's health and its balancing, but also from a community aspect. But I don't even need to get into that. I've already made like 2 or 3 videos on it. You guys know my opinions on that, and you guys know what the community thinks, so we're just gonna gloss over that. But I really do hope that next update things are a little bit different in terms of the new best units, because although he's an incredible unit, he looks amazing, really cool animations, really satisfying to use, the fact that he is essentially unobtainable for 99% of the player base is really, really unfortunate, and it doesn't do anything good for community morale either. But do I think he's worth summoning for or not? Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you here. I know I told you that he's a 10 out of 10, but don't summon for this guy. Don't gamble hundreds of dollars for a chance of getting him only to be met with absolutely nothing, right? Please make smart financial decisions. If you have the disposable income and you really, really want this guy, go for it. But my personal opinion is don't summon for this guy. There are plenty of good units that you can obtain besides this guy that you don't have to spend that much money on. So, with all that being said, that's going to be concluding today's unit review. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to like, sub, comment, all that wonderful, wonderful stuff. And have a great day or night wherever you are. We will catch you in the next one. Peace.